Stonehenge is the super old stone circle in Wiltshire. It's one of the most famous big stone setups from the late Neolithic time, built about 5,000 years ago. An AI just finished looking at 5,000 years worth of data, and what it figured out about Stonehenge is freaking out a lot of scientists. Forget all those TV shows and documentaries you've watched. The true reason for those ancient stones has been sitting right in front of us the whole time. This smart AI connected weird clues, the crazy way the stones got there, their strange sound effects, and how they're lined up so perfectly. The pattern it spotted leads to one scary goal. It has nothing to do with summer solstices or parties. It has everything to do with some kind of countdown, the impossible origins part. For years, experts argued about whether ice glaciers or super strong people moved those huge stones to Stonehenge. But the AI ended that fight. It looked through thousands of dig reports, rock studies, excavation notes, moving experiments, and nature data all fed into it. It wasn't just guessing. It found hidden patterns in a mountain of info that no single person could ever read in one lifetime. The smaller blue stones, each weighing several tons, really did come from Wales. Experts already thought that. But the AI's special chemistry matching system spotted something nobody could see just by looking. The mineral makeup of the altar stone didn't match any rock spot in Wales. When the system checked its chemical print against sandstone areas all over Britain, the closest match was way up in the far northeast of Scotland, inside the ancient Arcadian basin, hundreds of miles from the stone circle. This came out when the AI mixed together chemistry samples, rock layer signs, origin records, and years of field reports. But the real shock came when the system ran its deeper pattern-finding programs. Those programs were trained on nature physics info, magnetic readings, sound studies from old sites, and rebuild models of ancient buildings. When the AI put all that together, it saw clear matches between the stones picked for Stonehenge and real rules about how materials vibrate and ring. The AI wasn't saying Stonehenge was actually a working machine. What it found was a very careful, on-purpose pattern. The stones came from different places and each had its own special magnetic, sound, and mineral features. When the AI tested them working together, they created effects way too exact and too matched up to happen by chance. According to the AI's model, the stones weren't picked for symbols, rituals, or just looking nice. They acted like specially chosen pieces in a planned setup. The AI got there by studying rock origins, magnetic actions, and sound reactions, then linking them with smart pattern tools. When all those info layers stacked up, the idea was impossible to ignore. The Neolithic people who built Stonehenge probably understood how certain stones behave with the earth way better than any expert today ever guessed. So Stonehenge is like a machine, a giant circuit board made from multi-ton stones lined up with mysterious spots in space. That idea alone blows your mind, but the next thing the AI found is even creepier. It's not just about what the stones are made of or where they're pointing. It's about the hidden power they create. For years, people visiting Stonehenge talked about weird feelings, an unusual energy, a low buzz going through their bodies. Most people thought it was just in their heads. The AI says it's real and it was built on purpose. Think about that. A whole crowd constantly hit with a silent sound wave that causes fear and worry. It's like the perfect mind control tool. The AI didn't make up any stories because it can't guess. It just found patterns, and weird things. The scary ideas came from the research team looking at its results. When they studied the behavior models, magnetic details, and sound answers the AI pointed out, the team came up with a really dark possibility. If certain stone setups can change how people feel, hear, and sense the air in ways we can measure, then maybe the monument wasn't built only for ceremonies or star watching. The team decided that in the right setup, the structure could control big crowds, make fear stronger, force people to obey, or create a huge feeling of something holy during rituals. The builders weren't just people who stacked rocks. They were experts in sound science and how human minds work. They basically built a weapon that could change the feelings of thousands of people all at once. The energy visitors feel today might just be a tiny leftover echo, a quiet whisper of the monument's real scary power. The Stonehenge Code. The deeper researchers went into Stonehenge, the weirder it got. The surprises didn't stop with the AI study of its build. They were only the start. In late summer 2024, a team led by Anthony Clark at Curtin University did a study that quietly flipped one of the oldest ideas about the monument. Their work, published in Nature, looked at something tiny, super small mineral bits trapped inside pieces of the altar stone. But those bits completely changed the whole story. Using super accurate mass spectrometry at the John Deere Center, the team found the minerals in the altar stone were crazy old, some 1 to 2 billion years old, others around 450 million years. This weird mix of ages made a chemical print that only matches one spot on Earth, the old red sandstone of Scotland's Arcadian Basin, not Wales or anywhere close to southern England. To make it clear, a short video report explained the find. The meaning hit right away. Dr. Robert Ixer from University College London called the results truly shocking, and Professor Chris Kirkland expla. Rupert Till, a sound researcher and music expert, went further by studying the Welsh blue stones themselves. Some of those stones make metallic ringing sounds when hit, and the area they come from is called Mainclacog, which means ringing stones. His models showed the stone setup also created low-frequency resonance, a deep inner vibration called infrasound that you don't hear but feel in your body. It can cause awe, unease, sadness, or even fear. When they put all the findings together, what the research meant became obvious. Stonehenge did way more than make sound louder or improve ceremony music. Its design let it create and keep low-frequency vibrations that worked on the human body. The researchers decided the monument was built to give a strong sensory feeling, one that could change emotions and how people saw things in a big group. It might have been a controlled space where sound shaped beliefs and the mental state of anyone who stepped inside the circle. And when you mix the advanced moving networks shown by the altar stone with the planned sound effects from the Salford tests, a clear picture starts to appear. Stonehenge was never just a circle of stones. It was a carefully designed space made by people with way more knowledge, teamwork, and building skill than history used to give them credit for. The monument was built to be experienced, seen, heard, and felt. And this part of the research shows exactly how advanced they really were at the celestial trigger. This was the point where the AI's work went from cool pattern finding to something way more disturbing. The system matched the exact stone positions with rebuilt star maps from about 5,000 years ago. Everybody already knew Stonehenge lines up with solstices, but the AI spotted another alignment, one much harder to notice. It didn't follow the sun or moon path. It pointed straight at an empty spot in the SKY with no stars. When the system checked this against old sky setups, it calculated a very high chance the positioning was on purpose. The AI could only show the shapes, the placement, and the odds. It couldn't say what it meant. That question was all for the research team. When the team looked at the pattern maps the AI made, the meaning felt heavier. The layout didn't look like a party circle anymore. It looked like something built for a real job. Then the AI made a second model, this time about sound. It showed the stones made a natural ringing chamber that boosted deep low-frequency sound. The AI just reported how the stones physically worked. The team had to decide what it meant. To the researchers, the shapes and sound features suggested it might be a tool, a structure that could change how a big crowd felt, acted, or gave in under certain moments. This led the team to a bigger question. Who could design something so complicated, and why would they even try? For years, people liked to think Stonehenge showed unity. They pictured different groups from ancient Britain coming together to build one shared thing. It was a nice idea. But once the AI took in the full dig record and ran computer tests of how groups work, a different story came out. The system showed that a structure needing this much exactness, this much work, and this long building time was very unlikely from random tribes working together. The math pointed to a strong central power that could order, organize, and keep huge work crews going for many generations. The AI didn't say what kind of power it was. It didn't call it an empire or kingdom. It just showed how much teamwork was needed. The ideas that came after were from the research team. If a strong central group existed, then stones brought from far away weren't signs of togetherness. They were signs of control. They could have been payments from weaker groups or stuff taken by force. What the team saw was a society where a small smart group of leaders directed thousands of workers, using deep knowledge of stars, rocks, sound, and how people think. The AI never said fear kept the system going. It never said Stonehenge was a weapon. Those were human guesses from the hard math facts of the project. What stayed clear was the human price. The AI figured finishing the monument took thousands of people working across several generations. It showed a structure that demanded huge sacrifices from the people who made it. There were no battle signs or big wars. There were no castles. There was only perfect, quiet organization. The AI showed the structure. The research team gave it meaning. Together they showed the shape of a society with amazing knowledge and amazing power. And somewhere in that mix of stone, sound, and sky was the purpose no computer could fully explain. The last question was all human imagination. What event were they getting ready for? And way scarier, what thing did they hope would show up, the final purpose? This is where it all connects, and honestly, it's hard to wrap your head around. We're looking at an ancient machine built by a mysterious ruling group, designed to create fear and awe, pointed at a dark spot in the sky. The biggest question the AI tried to answer was why. What was the real reason for this huge project? The artificial intelligence looked at every bit of data it could get. It mapped the monument's exact star alignments, studied its sound features, and checked the rock makeup of the stones. The AI found that Stonehenge's layout lines up amazingly with one specific sky point, and the stone setup creates focused low-frequency sound. These were solid facts based on shapes, physics, sound science, and rock chemistry. The AI didn't guess about purpose or our plans. The meaning of these finds was left for the research team to figure out. Looking at the data, the team saw that mixing star alignment, ringing sound, and careful stone choice could mean lots of things. Maybe the builders wanted a structure that boosted or worked with nature forces. Maybe it was made to change how people felt and acted during big meetings inside the stone circle. The AI also found patterns showing these effects might have been timed with repeating sky events. Anything beyond that, like protection, boosting, rituals, or warnings, came straight from the researchers studying the AI's results. The AI only gave facts. Humans told the story. By keeping hard facts separate from human guesses, the team could look at all possible uses of the monument without forcing ideas onto the AI. So where does that leave us? According to the AI, Stonehenge isn't some simple old shrine. It's a highly advanced machine. Its sound effects can be measured. Its star alignments are on purpose. And its stones were picked carefully, like each one is a part in a bigger system meant to turn on. The recent major lunar standstill confirmed alignments that researchers are still checking. But if Stonehenge really works like a cosmic countdown, what happens when it hits zero? The stones are sending a message. The real question is, are we ready to hear it? Thanks for watching. If you liked this deep look into one of humanity's biggest mysteries, hit that subscribe button. Lots more ancient puzzles are waiting to be figured out. And remember, the past isn't as simple and basic as we thought. Sometimes it's way more advanced than we ever imagined.